She was there one day last year in Paris, I think, if I remember right, right?
Yeah,
One
that's
day.
right. Katrina was there for one day.
One day, yeah.
You know
But
what
I
I
know
was? Why did they pick Austin, Texas? Do you
Well,
have
they
any
said
idea?
it because of the music and the food and the entertainment, and it's, I don't know.
Culture.
There's a lot of stuff going on there in Texas, I guess, in Austin. I don't know.
Is that when they're having the what do they have in Texas, in Austin, that time of year?
I have no idea.
they also said because it's more central. It's not really centrally located in the U.S., but
Not
it is
really.
in the middle. If you draw a line down the middle, it's fairly close to the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
don't
you
know.
live at the very north, you're going to be doing a long drive. You live at the very east, you're going to be doing a long drive. You live
On
at the very
flights.
west, you're going to be
Yeah.
doing a long drive.
A long drive. So it's really not that central. But like I said, I was really surprised they just took it out of Scotland. That's all. For the last con, after the program's done, I just really surprised they didn't leave it there
Yeah,
and
that's
do a
really
big
weird.
skoodah with it. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do like a huge party for that. That's just really odd to me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Maybe
Kind of strange.
because of where the money is, where what makes the most money and everything. It might have something to do with that
They
too.
would have made more money in Scotland.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Well, I
Because
don't
it's
know
more
about.
expensive to get there. And everyone's going to be, they're all going to go to the distillery. All these people are going to be doing that touristy crap because you're not going to go there for 2 days for end of a convention. You're going to spend time there.
I
Yeah.
might not
You go,
come back.
especially whoever's going over
Yeah.
there overseas, of course they're going to spend more time there.
I mean, I feel like if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I might as well go on like a big trip like that. Like you
That's what I'm saying.
make a full
Exactly.
vacation out of it. I mean,
Absolutely. You're going to be there for at least a week, maybe 2. Absolutely. They would have made more money in Scotland. That's just me. But hey, what do I know?
for the few that can't go, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
They might have heard all of us Americans complaining about the fact that it's really hard for all of us to get to France and Scotland. That
Yeah.
Right.
includes a large price tag for that flight.
Very
and
much
such.
so.
So
Well, it's going to
So
be
many-
interesting to see how many of the UK people come this direction for that.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
They're going to do the
see.
same thing. They're going to be paying the price tag to come this direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law and I are looking at going to Scotland, and it's like, it's probably going to be somewhere thereabouts of at least $5,000.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if
totally.
it's going to include airfare or not. So
Yeah.
I'd rather spend that money and go see everything else too. I mean, I can go to Texas anytime, really, I guess.
Anytime. That's my point. So if everyone had
son
gone
lives
over there, they would have been. They're gonna, because the draw is going to the distillery, hoping to see Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Sure.
That's what these people are gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
I went to Scotland in 2023 and we stayed for 12 days. And we
Yeah.
went all around the circle and all the way down. We started in Glasgow, then
Yeah.
went in Edinburgh. And I'm trying to think, but back then, of course, I guess things were cheaper. I think we paid like 4,500. And that was with the
Yeah,
fair
the
enough.
dollar is not that great over in UK
Yeah.
right now. The euro,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
So, but of
Terrible.
course, so it probably costs more now, and we
Oh,
saw
a lot more. Trust me,
You
a
know.
lot more. Yeah, the
Yeah.
exchange rate for the US dollar is horrible everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was. I'm just sorry that Sam didn't have his distillery. I missed it big time, so I'm gonna have to go.
Well, you have to
This
do it
means
again,
you have to
Diane.
go back. This means
You have to go back, Diane.
Yep.
Take another trip to Scotland
Yeah,
for sure.
there you go. Mhm.
Yep. My
But
husband
I
I
says we
actually
should go
enjoyed
too.
this movie that we're going to talk about today, Katie.
We will
I enjoyed
eventually
it.
talk about it, I'm sure. Real quick, Cynthia, we didn't catch the first of it. She's been over here saying that, Mexico's nice, South America, Canada. You can get there easier. She talk about places we could all visit.
Oh, yeah.
And then she says she wouldn't come back. We need you, Cynthia. You have to come back.
Mhm. Right.
And then you wanted to know if we got our tickets. Yes, we've got our tickets. Melissa and I have tickets to go to LandCon as the super fancy platinum folks. Because like I say, first time convention, if I can, I'm going to get the highest tier so I get the full experience and share with you guys what's going on.
So you are going to Austin. You are doing that.
Well, Melissa bought a ticket and then she was nice enough to buy it on her dime. If I don't pay her back, I'm sure she'll invite one of you guys instead.
Mhm.
We won't ever see Katie again. Remember, she probably knows where you live.
Right. Yeah.
I
Like I know where you are.
Mhm.
yeah. You know where I live. Melissa knows where I live, and Lorraine knows. Well, no,
I
Lorraine
know.
does. No, yeah. Melissa knows my PO box. She didn't know where I live, and Lorraine knows my PO box. She didn't know where I live. But see, you think you know my last name, and you don't.
Well, hey, whatever.
Hey, I
You
do.
know,
I do. Because
you
you
know.
sent me an email on your personal
Yep.
thing.
So if y'all get together, you could come. Don't do this. But you could all surprise me someday. Please, don't do that.
We know where you are.
Mhm.
Figure it
I'll
out.
move, man. I got an RV. I got a Jeep that's all decked out. I won't live here long.
Right.
Like I'm gone. Okay, no, I'm just
Wild,
teasing.
wild. We'll see. We'll see if he shows up at this one.
Yeah,
likes
you never
Texas.
can tell. Yeah,
He does like Texas.
Yeah.
it looks great.
Nobody
in
gets
that.
in Austin,
He
right?
looks great in a hat and some
Yeah.
stirrups. Sure, right. Look good on a
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah, I think if he has the time and he is free, I think he would be there because he
Probably.
really does like to meet the fans,
Mhm.
and I think he knows where he comes from. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he went through trying to see, trying to be famous. So I really think he's really sympathetic to all the fans and everything. He
Okay.
wants to
Like
meet
Austin,
his
the bars there too. So
Yeah, he
For
likes
any
Austin.
viewers who are like really confused right now, we very much apologize. We are speaking about Outlander at the moment, but I swear we're going to talk about Love Actually here in like half
Yeah.
a second. It's just that we're all flummoxed with all kinds of stuff going on in
Well,
our
you're all
heads.
excited about this LandCon thing, which
Yeah.
came quite unexpectedly,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that
Uh,
was weird that it popped up like
Yeah,
1 week and
out
then
of
they
nowhere.
tell you to buy tickets for $1,000. I'm like, really? You couldn't have done it a little? I mean, come
Yeah.
on now.
a little
Yeah,
warning is helpful. I agree.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I was
And I
so
just happened to see it
surprised.
on my feed on
Yeah,
And I was
Instagram.
so
Yeah.
surprised
I thought
it was an
popped up.
Texas. I really that just threw me. I just thought that was so weird. Austin, Texas.
I agree.
I'm sure they have the reasons.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sure.
they had a list of them. Okay, so Love Actually, 2003 movie, holiday movie, Christmas movie, however you want to put it. We wanted to choose this one because it's one of Kathy's favorites. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Kathy's. This is why we're doing Thursdays. It's all Kathy's fault.
All right.
We will be back to Wednesdays for the rest
Yeah,
of
no.
our movie stuff. But I
Okay.
wanted to make sure she was included because it was her idea.
Thank you.
And then Diane said please, and
Yes.
Jackie was like, "You got a space left, so we're gonna do this."
Yeah, I've never seen this movie, so
And I do
Oh.
want to send out good
Well,
vibes to Cynthia, who is not feeling real well today.
she
So
must have been feeling well,
get
yeah.
better because she's going to be joining Jackie and I and whoever else comes to our Die Hard chat next
Love
week.
the Die Hard.
Oh, I've seen this movie many, many times. This is one of my favorite movies of
Yeah.
all. And
Same.
I always watch it at Christmas.
Yeah.
Really? Love Actually? Yeah, I've
Okay.
never seen it. This is the first time.
And I just want to say too, Kathy, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, but London in this show is a character in itself.
Yeah.
How they show London all decorated, how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
London anyway. I've only been there once, but
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
wonder.
London.
I've never been, but it does look like an amazing city. So
Oh,
It is.
it
I've been there a
It
few times.
truly
It's
is.
fabulous.
yeah.
Yeah. And the
Yeah, it
way
was
they
one of
have
my haunts when I flew. Was
show
London,
everybody walking around and showing all parts of department stores and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
London, a character in itself in this movie.
It
It
does-
really is.
Yeah.
And
And
makes you love.
yeah.
Don't you agree? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how we're gonna get through this, so we'll bring up whatever you like to about the character groups as we go through because doing it in order could be tricky. But we're gonna
Yeah.
start off with our Asian rock and roller.
The whole thing was hilarious.
I will say he was fantastic throughout.
It was
because
hilarious.
He knows he's too old to be doing this. He knows
my
the
God, that
song
was
it
funny.
sucks.
Yeah.
And
It was
he's like, if
hard.
you are foolish enough to vote for this song, go for it. He puts himself down so much throughout that you kind of love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show you what a versatile actor he is. Because
Mhm.
I've seen him in very serious shows, very serious Masterpiece and everything movie.
Yeah.
It's another one of those great English actors who can do anything,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he's
make
pretty
it
funny.
really believable and entertain us.
Yeah.
You just loved him, you know,
Yeah.
you really did. He was so
Yeah.
good in it. Yeah.
And he knows the whole theme of the song is rubbish, as he says, you know. Like,
Yeah.
why am I doing this? And it's almost like as if to kind of reboot his career a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
His
exactly what
career,
it is.
yeah, to get his career back on track. It's like, dude, and sometimes that happens, right, with old rock stars, and you know, it's like,
Yeah.
do this cheesy song, and this will get you back in everybody's good graces.
No.
And
And then,
it's just so great in the beginning how he gets it wrong. And
Mhm.
Yeah, he keeps doing the old version. Yeah.
yeah, I just love the way he keeps doing that.
I think
It's
like
great.
so he's so open and free about it too, you know. He's like, oh God, he's like, fucking hell.
Well,
You know, it's awful.
it is a breakaway from, you hear musicians kind of like go, this is the best album I've ever done, and you listen to it and you go, no,
He's
it's
like,
not.
no,
It's terrible. What are you
It's
talking
terrible.
it's crap.
Yeah.
So I do like that. Let's see, what is another one of our love stories?
Well,
Well, they
I
said
think the two actors are hilarious in this show too.
yeah, well then you've got
Oh,
the
that whole bit thing
sister.
made me roll, man. They're doing all these sex scenes and they're just chatting away.
yes,
Yeah.
those
Naked
two.
chatting away. I just
Oh,
thought that was hilarious.
oh, you mean the Martin Freeman one? The Martin Freeman, yeah. Oh God, that's
That's awesome.
Just Judy.
And
Just Judy. I love it. And if you look at IMDb in her name, it just says just Judy.
Right.
that's true. It does. I saw that. Yeah. They said there's 8 relationships. That's what it
Yeah.
said in IMDb. There's 8 different relationships here.
Yes. That seems minimal, quite frankly, but yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
they kind of do like 3 or 4 in the beginning, and then you don't see those couples like throughout the center of the film, and then the ones at the beginning kind of come back at the end. Did you
Right.
guys notice that?
Yeah.
Right. There's a little bit more story to some of the other ones, but they're
Yeah.
all interconnected with each other. So
Mhm.
even if their story's not being told, it's like, and that's their sister, and they're walking by.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
kind of all
everybody knows
do come together at the end, which is kind of
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least some
the
of them
way it
do.
all
Yeah.
comes, yeah, exactly the way it comes together. And
Yeah.
you always think of Liam Neeson. You know, it's so sad that he lost his wife, and
Yeah.
that was 2003. And then I think in 2009 he really did lose his wife, Natasha
I
Richardson.
think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think so. I think so.
he
I
could
know.
never forget
Yeah.
that was going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
that was really sad.
I like
I
the relationship he has with the son. That was a really good story.
Yeah.
yes,
I
Yeah.
think they're
Yeah.
really well told
Good story.
because specifically it's a stepson.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
says, as somebody who married somebody, bringing children
Mhm.
into the family,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something I really, really appreciate. My eldest, who
Hard.
does not have a good relationship with her biological dad, she is called my husband dad since the second year of our marriage, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered what the whole deal with the whole step thing. I said because once you're married and they're integrated, they're your kid. So the whole step thing, I always wondered about that. I don't like that. Never have liked that.
No, I feel the same way. We're all
Don't
family
like
one
that.
way or the other.
Yeah, and I think that separates the kids and that makes them feel separated. And that's
Right.
why I always wondered why people do that.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
like that
part
at
of the
all.
reason my middle two don't is because their dad is still around. Their dad was alive. I shouldn't say around. He was like he was actively around or paying child support. But they didn't want to disrespect that his parents were very much involved grandparents, and his grandparents were very involved great grandparents. So I think they didn't want to respect that side of the family and call my husband dad because
And have more than one dad?
yeah. Well,
Just
yeah.
curious.
They're
Don't
very
bump
old
that.
fashioned folks, and it's
Curious.
quite frankly an argument I'm glad I got to avoid. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I was just
Yeah.
curious. I mean, you know that because I was adopted, it's kind of the same thing, and that's probably why I have really animate feeling about that. So I was just curious.
No, I appreciate that. I guess even though my husband now was much more involved as a parent throughout their lives than my ex was, even when we were married.
Yeah.
Again, they were very close to that side of the family. They still are.
Yeah.
But I will put it this way: when both of those kids got married, Their dad did not get an invitation to the wedding, but all their grandparents, uncles, everybody else was invited. So
It's
I
cool.
think it's just their way of respecting that side of the family.
Yeah.
But they were never disrespectful to my husband. They
No,
just called him by
no.
his name instead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
why I like that storyline. I thought that was really
Mhm.
sweet. It was such a nice
Yeah.
storyline how he, yeah, and that was his son, so that was cool. I like
not
that.
Well,
just that, but the
it,
way that he talked to him, it was
I
like,
know
all
he
right,
talked to
so
him like
what's
an
going on?
adult. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa,
I
Yeah.
feel like he wasn't,
he's a
you
little
know,
kid still, but you don't need to say some of that stuff.
No,
right.
and
He
he
must be only
didn't
like 12 or something in here. And yeah, he's talking to him like he's a, you know,
Like he's
18-year-old
an
kid,
I
adult.
know, right?
right?
And
Like you
I
did it in
love the
every
part.
room. You need to tell your kid that, really?
Yeah.
Well, I love the part in the
No.
beginning when he was so worried about him. He thought he was so upset because he
Right,
lost his mother. But that
right.
wasn't the why he
That
was
wasn't
Yeah.
the reason. That was
yeah,
so cute. He was in love with a little
he
Yeah.
was
girl.
in
That
love.
was cool.
well, and
It
I
was
like
That
the
was
way
great.
the boy put it too. He goes, "I know I'm supposed to be feeling really sad about mom, and I am, but I'm still in love, and I can't really help when
Yeah,
that's happening." And that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah.
I
true.
yeah.
mean, that stuff will hit
Everybody
you when you're
grieves
least
differently.
expecting it.
Right.
Yeah,
And Liam Neeson kind of laughed, you know,
right. He
and the kid
does.
looked at him and thought, "This is not funny. This is very
Right.
serious,"
Yeah.
you
I'm
know.
serious, Dad.
So
Painful,
he changed
dangerous stuff.
to
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say that first love, it really is, because it's that kind of that first relationship, whether it's a crush from far away, that kind of sets the tone of how you view your feeling towards others and how you should act for the rest of your life.
I
Right.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree totally with
Yeah.
that.
Because if
Oh
you
yeah.
yes.
have love, it's like, you know, you go after it no matter what, you know.
I
Even though,
didn't. I
Yeah.
sat in the corner.
yeah, even though he didn't think that, you know, that little Joanna didn't think he even existed. And little did he know that she knew that he did all along. So,
She knew his
Right.
name and everything,
Knew
and
his
you
name
can,
and everything.
again, I love it when stuff is relatable. You know, that
Right.
first time you have a crush on somebody, and then they're like,
Yep.
"Hi," and use your name, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, they know I exist. That's the most
yeah,
amazing thing ever."
right.
That's cute.
I went to my high school reunion, was it like 3 weeks ago? I
Oh
mean,
well, hey,
there was still some people that after 45 years that I still met at my reunion that, you know, they maybe like we knew who each of us was in school, but then we never really like came together. I mean, my class was
yeah,
pretty big, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I ended up talking to some people that, you know, I either didn't really know or maybe they knew who I was and they're like, you know, we never really talked, you know, it's like I kind of knew who you were and, you know,
yeah.
it was
Right.
kind of cool. So,
That's
My
cool.
my
Well,
middle
even that
school
was
crush was at
interesting
my high
too when
school
you
reunion.
said that about them being, knowing your name and having that whole thing. That also kind of related to the other relationship where everybody in the office knew that. I love the dude. Everybody knew,
Carl,
including him. I
Carl and
thought that was
Sarah were
funny too.
madly in
How
You
love.
long have
think
you
he
been in
knows?
love with
Yep.
Carl? And she's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it
Like,
down
how
to
did you
the
know
Down to
that?
the minute.
Hey, and
Oh,
it's only 30 minutes less time than she's been working
When
there.
working there. That was cute. I
Does
thought that was
Carl
really
know?
cute.
Yes.
Yes.
Does everyone
I'm
else
like,
know? Yes.
yes, everybody knows.
that was cute.
Well,
That
and
was
even
one.
Hugh Grant in the beginning as the prime minister, he comes in and he meets the house staff, and right away he meets Natalie, and it's just like,
Natalie,
Yeah,
oh
you're in
God,
trouble,
here we
man.
go.
here
You
we
know,
go.
this is gonna be trouble.
That was cute.
Yeah,
Again,
He was good. I liked him. He
it
was
Yeah.
doesn't
he was
yeah,
good
always
in this.
happen like that, but when it does, man, you just know you. Oh man, all right, that's something I'm gonna have to
It kind
deal
of
with
felt
now.
like that when I met my husband because I met him working, well, at work. We worked at a retail store and he worked back on the dock. And when I first met him, I'm kind of like, because he had really long hair and he was kind of grubby looking like Sam in the Starlight movie. That's kind of how he looked, you know,
Wow.
kind of
Okay.
hair and just, you know. And then when I met him, I'm like, oh, how do they let him work here? And then, you know, then it's like, I think it wasn't even like maybe a few weeks later. I'm like, oh, geez, I'm like, you know, I really like this guy. I'm like, he's funny and he's got a great smile. And I'm like, oh my God, I think this is probably my person. This is the guy I'm going to marry. And I'm like, okay. You know, like something just clicked, you know?
yeah. Well, when
I
I met my husband at a dance, I went with mutual friends, my friend and her boyfriend knew my husband. And we were getting ready to go. And she said, "I just want you to know he's bringing a friend with him. He's a little strange and a little weird." And okay, I'm in, and,
That's funny.
and it's so funny because I ended up marrying him,
That's
and she
funny.
apologized later on. She goes, I didn't mean that. What I said that he was a little brain. I says, no, he is, but I still love
Yeah. Yeah.
him.
Who knew all these years later? It's like, hey,
Funny.
Yeah, just never know for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, that so I'm trying to think in order here, what's happening in order. I just the thing too that was so interesting too is with Andrew Lincoln and
Oh yeah, that's
with the
that
wedding.
storyline is tricky for me. It really is
Yeah,
because
I just it was fascinating.
Which one
And
is that?
the
the
one
one with
where the wedding and the best friends in love with the new
Oh, it was in
bride.
Yeah,
love with the
yeah,
bride.
yeah. With the wedding,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
and
That's
Somebody
a little
Colin
actually,
weird.
Firth
um,
and
somebody actually
Colin Firth.
replicated that wedding on TikTok the other day. The whole wedding theme, from Love Actually. I'm like,
Did they?
Okay.
oh, how cool.
Yeah, that is
All
I
right.
did
cool.
like the wedding. The wedding was kind of cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
the
was
Yeah.
whole
cool.
brass
Oh,
band
and
and singers and everything. That was
all
kind
those
of cool.
yeah, when all those instruments started playing
Yeah,
and
that was kind of
everything.
Right.
cool.
And,
Clap-ba-da-ba-da.
and
Yeah.
Awesome.
Colin Firth goes back to his house,
Oh
and
God. Yeah.
his, oh, that was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another part of love.
Yeah,
Love,
that's true
Love
too.
from afar that you can't
yeah,
touch. What do you do with
yeah,
that, right?
Well, I
yeah.
mean, at the
Isn't
beginning,
that
you
like
feel
Jesse's
for him.
girl? I want Jesse's girl. Isn't that like the whole song about that?
But see, in
Right.
the
Right?
beginning,
Isn't that
you
what
feel
that
for
song's
him.
about?
You're kind of on his side because here he is, and he can't say anything,
Oh,
and well, I should say he could say something, but he's choosing not to. So you kind of respect him more. You're like, oh man, that's
Yeah,
really
that's his
hard.
best friend. Why would you do that? Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I was on his side and hoping to see him run into somebody who he falls for again
right.
instead. And so I have mixed feelings about his approach to dealing with his
Yeah, I
feelings.
didn't care for that. That was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. I guess I don't know why you would do that because it's not going to go anywhere. She's already married to the dude. So
Right.
what was the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Really?
everybody's excuse during this movie was, well, because it's Christmas and you tell the truth, or because
Yeah.
it's Christmas, I gotta
Yeah.
tell you.
Right.
And you know,
That he didn't need to.
that's no excuse, man.
And
No,
maybe
he
he
should have
felt
kept that
better
to himself.
after she saw the video about just getting it out in the open, so they could have a better relationship. Because initially they didn't have a good relationship at the start. She thought
True.
he hated her, so.
Right.
yeah. He thought they didn't like her. Yeah,
But at
Yeah.
the
exactly.
same time, probably being, kind of awkward because the husband probably doesn't have a clue that,
No, and now it's going to be even more awkward because every time they get together, she's going to remember that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Love Actually Part 2 is going to be Andrew Lincoln married to Keira Knightley, and this
I know,
dude's
right?
coming by every now.
It's going to
And
like,
there was a
that's
Love
just not
Actually
cool.
too that came out, but I never saw it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never saw it either.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
It was
I
fun, and they were older.
really too.
Hmm.
There was.
Yeah,
I
there
never-
was. They made it a couple years ago, but I never saw.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Could it
I
be
didn't
that
even.
good?
Maybe.
It could be that good, right?
But
Yeah.
but you got to remember, Andrew Lincoln did finalize it when she came to the door, and he had all those cards.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
was kind of
saying.
the end.
Yeah.
I don't care for that
Yeah, I didn't
that
care for that.
approach. No.
I just didn't understand the purpose.
It's great
No,
romantic comedy fun,
Mhm.
but
Right.
in real life, I think that she should have said, honey, your best friends out here
Trying to
got
make a
something to
move on
say
me.
and you should know it too."
Well, I think she was flattered that he liked her. You
Mhm.
know,
You know
but-
what? It might,
Yeah.
flattery
Yeah.
can lead to bad choices
And when-
if not everyone is aware of the situation.
Yeah.
after she did it, she went and gave him a kiss. She kissed him.
That doesn't
So I
help. That doesn't help
Yeah.
this case.
Yeah, that
No,
didn't
I-
help
It'd be an
much.
awkward situation.
In her
Forward.
in defense, I think she was just being kind. She,
Yeah.
she was, and she was kind of helping that when they did get together, they showed that they could still be friends and get along with each other. I think it worked. I think it worked.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
they
work.
met a long time ago. I think it worked. They were all friends and everybody was happy.
Mhm.
I
She's
want
gonna-
to believe that.
She's
I
going to
wanna
have
avoid
agree to
him.
disagree on that
She's
one.
going to avoid that dude. If I was
No.
her, I'd avoid the dude.
Well, but I think she didn't. I think she became friends with him. I really did. They were friends.
Yeah, they
And
don't
she-
really tell you. that.
Yeah.
What happens at
Oh,
the
well,
end?
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
but
we
can you imagine, like, if 20 years later her husband finds that tape and realizes that her best friend has been in love with his
Love with
wife
his
this whole
wife
time?
the whole time, and
This is
never
going to
said
cause
nothing.
trouble later on,
That
man.
Yeah,
that was 20 years ago. Andrew Lincoln was probably married and had 3 kids 20 years later.
Right.
You
I
know,
don't know. It
he
depends. Well,
found
see,
some-
and that could be a problem too. Maybe he's still holding a torch.
yeah.
Ugh.
yeah. That was a kind of a weird thing there. That was a little odd. Yeah,
You just don't know. He was madly in love. This is all what this is all about. Love. You got to
Right.
yeah.
remember.
And madly in love. Different types of love is what this
Right.
whole thing
Yeah.
kind of
All
showed.
different types of
Not
Not
love.
necessarily good love, because
Right.
not all love is good
I know.
or healthy. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. And that one's
Yeah.
not healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy. And
Healthy.
for the sake of the character, I'm glad he found himself going, that's enough. And
That's
then
enough.
hopefully he's able to move on.
I'll move on.
That's
Correct.
right.
I
Like,
just
move
don't
on.
particularly like the way he went about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that was kind of weird.
Can
Different
we
approach.
talk about Colin? Is it Colin
Colin
Farrell?
Firth.
I
Colin
love
Firth.
his character.
Firth.
Yeah.
Colin
Firth,
Firth.
yes,
Yeah,
Firth.
Colin-
My apologies.
right.
We don't want to get our Collins mixed up.
That's what
Colin
they're called.
Firth's Jamie character.
Mhm.
That is probably, like, if not my very favorite story in here, one of the tops.
Which one was that?
The gentleman who walks
Well,
in on his wife
Brother.
doing
with his
extracurriculars with his brother,
Right. And then he's the one that went out to the villa
the cabin or whatever,
writing the book
Gotcha. I got, and the writer. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
with the
Yep, yep, yep.
housemaid.
The housemaid. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really like that story. I mean,
Mhm.
it sucks for him that it's his brother who's nailing his wife. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah,
But
That
this
talk
love
about an
story is-
unhealthy relationship. There
Yeah.
you go.
yeah.
But I
Totally.
think his one is the sweetest one.
Yeah.
Other
that's
than the
sweet.
father
It is
son
sweet.
one. That's just the
Yeah.
sweetest
That
one.
was sweet.
Well, he goes to his house for Christmas to his family, and he just gets up and he goes, I shouldn't be here. And he went back to be with her. Gets
But
in a
getting to
plane.
that point was so fun to watch because there were
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
wonderful moments where they're both speaking different languages, but if you got your
Right.
subtitles on, you're seeing it. They
Yeah.
are having a conversation. They're
Conversation,
saying
yes.
the literal same things, except for the time when he's like, "I have a great constitution. I can eat anything, and
Yeah,
I never put on weight." And she's like, "You better quit eating. You're getting fat."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
The croissants. Yeah, that was cute.
I know.
Yeah.
But even though they were speaking different languages, they still managed to communicate, you know.
Very
Right.
well.
You know, she lets the book go in the lake and then she's like trying to communicate about the story. Is it like, you know,
It's just
Bad or is it hard or,
murder
Right.
or
and he,
Yeah.
love, romance.
It was cute.
Mhm.
And I guess what I really liked about that is when they figured out they liked each other, they both learned each other's language so they could speak easier. And
Yes.
which was very cute. He learned whatever language she was speaking. I don't know what language was she
I think it was
speaking.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Was it?
Portuguese.
Okay. Yeah, he learned that and she learned English. That was cute. I like that.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
When
very
I first saw them, it seemed like she was much younger than he was. I don't know. That's an impression I got.
But they're
But-
both adults. I mean, if she's
Yeah.
like 22 and he's 34, I'm not worried about it, you know.
That's
They're
a
both
long span, just saying.
there's little you know
Belongs.
what, with all the other stuff we're dealing with right now, I'm just glad both of them were adults. So they're
Yeah.
both adults. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah, and I mean, it's not like there wasn't approval. The entire village was there to make sure it was okay.
That was funny.
That was
That was
great.
funny.
That was funny when he goes to the door and asks for the daughter and the other one comes up.
Well, it's just says,
Because
he
I'll
wants to
pay-
marry your sister. And he goes, "Are you going to sell her?" "No, I'll pay him to take
I'll
you."
pay you. Yeah.
And as they're walking through, it goes from he wants to marry her to he's going to buy her and keep her as a slave, right down to
Yep.
he's going to kill her. I mean,
Yeah.
how?
That was funny. That was really cute.
Yeah.
That-
Their story was great. I think
That
that
was pretty funny. I like
And
that
that
story.
was another language, you know, but
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
use subtitles and everything. But that was wonderful.
Like, love came through no matter what the language, you know. It's like,
No matter what the language is. Love is the language. That's it. That's what
Right.
they say.
Yep.
well, we didn't even talk about Colin.
Oh yeah, no, we're just talking a little
Oh.
bit. There's so many to go
Oh
through.
yeah, yeah, no,
We're
no.
already more than a half hour in.
Yeah, we're
So,
talking just kind
we're
of each
good.
one. The sad one was
Yeah.
Emma Thompson. To me, that whole storyline was sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That made me sad. I'm like,
So
oh,
in this, I
Yeah.
read, some backstories that this actually happened to her in real life with her own husband.
wow.
So there's, when she was crying in this movie, she was crying real tears because of what had become of her past, that happened with her husband, that he ended up with the other woman.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
what's
remember
sad.
who her husband was, some star. I can't remember who her husband was.
Well, we
I have
don't
no
care
idea.
for him now, so it doesn't
No,
matter.
right. But,
Yeah,
she
that
was
was sad.
she was really crying because of, from
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened in her past. So,
That whole, she's found the jewelry and thought it was for her, and oh, you're like, oh no. And
yeah.
then
And
you
the
see
fact
the
that
other
he
girl
got,
putting it on, you're like,
yeah,
oh no.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact
Like,
that
She thought it
he got
turned out to
dog.
be
by
a
her.
CD. It was
Yeah.
a CD. But that was so funny in the department store when he's wrapping that
Oh my
present.
God, yeah.
That
Mr.
was
Bean.
hilarious.
That
Mr.
Rowan
Bean,
I
oh
love
my
He was
God.
in
Mr.
there.
Bean.
He's
he was
hilarious.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
that
funny.
was a great part. It really was.
That was
And
pretty good.
and I just want to say Alan Rickman was such a great actor too.
Yeah.
I'm
Gosh,
sorry
yes.
that he's gone.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, you couldn't, in that part when she's in the bedroom and they're playing the not Judy Collins, the Joni Mitchell
Joni
song.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. When she was crying, that was the real tears from her
Yeah.
past relationship, that
Yeah.
the same thing happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
And
talk about Secretary Mia then, because none of this. This is why I get
Yeah.
angry about the other storyline with Andrew Lincoln, because
Mhm.
it's the idea that you're putting it out there when it's unnecessary, and Mia was putting it out there on purpose.
Purpose,
You
knowing
know,
he was
obviously,
married.
obviously not the same kind of way that Andrew Lincoln's character was dealing with stuff,
Mhm.
but I mean, from the sitting in her chair with her legs apart to
Yeah,
you can have
very blatant.
anything.
Yeah, make
Just
a move on him. And at the Christmas party, no less, with his wife there.
With
It's
his
like,
wife there.
she
Yeah.
had no scruples. She wanted him. That
Yeah.
was all there was to it. And nobody was going to stop her. And then she gets a present. Yeah, he buys her a present, that necklace, which he was just encouraging her, enabling her.
right.
With
Kind of
his
felt
bad.
scheme.
That was his bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? If you want to, the whole, I don't want something I need. I want something that I want. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what you should be thinking in your head about what you get your wife.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Just all
Well,
makes me mad.
he's another one who was flattered that this young girl was after him too.
Well,
It was
right.
great ego, you know.
Yeah.
His wife, she even warned him, Emma Thompson even warned him. She's like, Mia's very pretty. She's like, you better be careful there.
Mhm.
He's like,
Mhm.
oh, I hadn't noticed. It's like, yeah, you fucking liar.
Exactly. It's like a liar.
Yeah.
That's what
Liar,
made
liar.
her speech at the kids' play so heart wrenching. She's, what would you do if you knew what I know? And
Yeah.
would you
Mhm.
wait and see? Is it just jewelry? Is it jewelry and sex, or is it jewelry and love?
Mhm.
Or would you just take off or something? She
Yeah.
said.
She said, would you stay or would you leave? Yeah.
Or would yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she stuck around. Obviously, we find out, but hopefully, he's been putting in some work to
To
apologize.
repair the
Do
relationship.
you know he stuck around? I always thought that maybe at the end, because he comes back, maybe, I don't know. Is he?
Well, she was there waiting for
Yeah.
him.
There,
Yeah, I
they,
think he was away on business, and they were just coming, because that's what it looked like. Everybody was just coming back from a trip.
Hmm.
They didn't
Mhm.
hint at him being like, he's not gonna. He has a job that seemed like he
True.
was the boss. I don't
Yeah.
think he said, "Well, my wife's mad. I'm going to leave the country."
Yeah. True.
well, and
Yeah.
that goes to show you that in all the different aspects of love, it's like, even though they've been married for quite a while, it's like love takes work. It's like,
Takes work.
because you're kind of in limbo in your relationship doesn't mean you can go off and flirt with the secretary.
Hopefully I
Yeah.
leave a lot, but I don't flirt with anybody.
No,
Yeah.
hopefully he fired her.
Love
we,
does take work.
Could we talk about Hugh Grant too? Now as a
Oh
prime
my
That
God.
was good.
Yeah.
You want to talk
That's-
about the prime minister?
Prime
my
Minister,
God.
Okay, good.
That's a a
Yeah.
good one too. I love that
Oh,
one.
Oh, good.
Well,
That
yeah,
was a one-
Billy, where Thornton comes in and he's the president. He tries to make a move on Natalie.
Oh yeah.
You know what
I-
cracks me up about that? I just like, okay, so
Fairly
the U.S.
accurate
president is a dick.
and I got
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
I
And
was
I
just
gotta
like, that's a
say,
fairly accurate description
All
and
right.
depiction of
That's what I
several of
said.
our presidents over the
I'm like,
last
wow.
30 or 40 years, honestly.
Yeah. Womanizers, you
when
think?
and Billy
No,
Bob
No,
Thornton
Bill
can
Clinton,
mm,
really
never heard of him. What are you talking about?
No.
Lord.
really Billy Bob Thornton can really play a slimy guy, can he? Oh,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
he's
oh my
perfect
God. He's
guy.
that's one of his fortes, I'll tell you. Play
It's funny because I don't even really like him as an actor, but watching him in some shows like Landman, I don't know if you guys have been watching this. So
no, I haven't
I have
watched it. Is
not.
that good?
he's really good. It's on Paramount Plus. Is really good. And then I think it's called not the Gladiator, Goliath. So it's this lawyer show. It's on Amazon.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
So,
haven't seen him in any of that. I remember the first movie I ever saw him in, and I can't think of what it was, but boy, he was slimy in that
oh,
too.
like bad
Good
stuff.
at that.
Yeah,
Ugh,
I
no.
mean, he's walking down the road talking about AT&T or Verizon. He looks even slimy walking down that road. I'll tell
Yeah.
you about his landline,
Yeah.
his cell phone.
It cracks me up.
I
Yeah.
guess that's a good actor. What can I
Right.
tell you?
Yeah, he's doing his job,
But
right?
then, Hugh Grant, I mean, as the prime minister, then he kind of takes it to him, at the end. He's like, you tried to
Yep.
Oh,
screw maybe going to be my girlfriend down the road here or my
Yep.
worker. It's like, it's like, you're out.
He
See
talks
ya.
about being friends and friends don't do that to each other.
yeah,
No,
Exactly.
But he does it more,
you're
on the
no
political
friend.
side, but the innuendos are all there. That was
Right.
perfect. I love that part.
Yeah.
and he was talking about the countries, about the U.S. and England at the
Right.
press.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
America
Just when-
comes in and takes
here.
what they want
Yeah.
without giving any thought to what we may need. So,
Maybe,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he tells us that woman that to get rid of Natalie, which I thought was really sad too, because I think he was kind of attracted and he didn't want a diversion there with her,
Mhm.
I think
And
he was
then-
trying to take the most respectful path he could under the circumstances.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And then he said something. She said something about that she was heavy or something.
That was her old
Oh, yeah,
boyfriend
her
said
He
that.
said, "Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
they
so."
both said it. Her boyfriend said her legs were thick as, her thighs were thick as tree
Like,
trunks.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so did
The other
her
lady said
assistant.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the assistant. I'm like, what is going on
Yeah.
there?
It was cool.
Yeah,
It was
that's
very
weird.
cool.
Yeah.
And he didn't agree. He says, "I don't what?" He said, "I don't."
liked his.
he was kind of
"Ooh," let me call her
surprised.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then so then he leaves, and then how did he get the card, the Christmas card?
Oh
He got-
yeah, that
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
sweet.
really Guys.
Although
Yeah.
I want to go back to his little dance after he gave
Oh,
his
God,
little
yeah.
speech.
A
That
victory
was cute.
I know a couple of trivia things about this movie, and one thing is that Hugh Grant did not want to do that
Yeah,
dance.
he did
Hated
not want to
every
do it.
second of
No.
it.
Yeah.
Hates talking about it, but it is
Mhm.
one of the funnier and better
Yeah.
moments
And everybody's
of
like,
the
no,
movie.
it makes the movie.
He
It
did a
really
great
does.
job.
I wonder why he
Did a
didn't want to do the dance.
He
Yeah.
felt foolish. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we ask a lot of actors to put aside
Right.
their egos so that they can play characters.
Yeah.
But
True.
every now and then, there's got to be something they're asked to do, and they're like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not
But
doing
in
that.
spite of it being foolish and he didn't want to do the dance, it really was fitting because it was
Yes.
like a victory kind of dance, for what he accomplished as the prime
Right.
minister, right?
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like act a fool. Nobody cares because you deserved it.
Dance
It
like
was,
you're no one's watching.
That's
It
right.
was,
Right.
it was joyful. It really
Yep,
was. It was
it
Yeah, it was cute.
joyful.
It was
That-
And then
Yeah.
the secretary is there watching. Oh, that was so good. Or the lady there, the
Yeah.
worker. That was so,
that really made
That was
what did
cute.
it remind you of too? It reminded you in Tom Cruise and Risky
Oh
Business.
yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Risky Business. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. One of the first movies that Tom Cruise was ever in. That would I
Yeah.
think
That's another
made-
favorite movie.
hard,
Risky Business.
That-
God,
that
I haven't
kind
seen that in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's on cable like every weekend.
Is it really?
I always
Yeah,
watch
there's like that and Cocktail and what's
like
the other one?
Cocktail.
like
Mhm,
16
Cocktail.
Candles and a bunch of the other 80s.
Yeah,
They're always on.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah,
He's is now
that was
very
pre-Mission
old, so.
Impossible. That was his pre-Mission Impossible years.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't even think he did Top Gun yet before
No,
that. than
No,
Top
Oh
No.
yeah, that's right, Tom.
Mission
Top Gun.
Impossible is like the '90s, hon, because I saw
Yeah,
that with
that's
a
more
dude while I
recent
was
stuff. Yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
Right.
We went to
Yeah.
the drive-in. All right.
Yeah. So what about Colin? So
Yes,
Colin,
let's talk about
poor
Colin.
poor Colin just wants to have a girlfriend. He's like,
Oh God,
English
that's
women are
wonderful.
just like,
That's a
no, English women
wonderful
are
story.
terrible. I can't communicate with any of them. He's like, I need to get out of here, you know?
We gotta go to America because all the women love cute British accents.
That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
You
And
know,
everybody thought, and his friend thought he was crazy. Absolutely. Crazy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Everything turned out to be true. Everything he said was true.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
slightly exaggerated there, Diane, because I will
Well,
tell
but
you,
that's the story. That's
when
the
this
whole
movie
story.
came out, I was online quite a bit, learning coding and just like hanging out online, because I never, for many reasons, I wasn't doing naughty things, but I had a lot of friends online because I had spare time in the middle of the day while my kids were all at school, and so I would get on, but that time was the evening time for a lot of British folks, so I was talking to the UK, Scotland, Ireland on a regular basis. And when that movie came out, they were like, "Is that true, Katie? When guys from England come over there, do you guys just all fall over?" And I'll be like, "All right, I'll be honest. We do appreciate an accent.
You
It's
like
it's
the
not a lie.
accent. Yes. Not gonna lie.
However, if that dude looking that way came up to me, I don't care how cute it is when he says table. My answer would still be yet.
Yeah.
He
Thanks.
looks like he needs a shave, a shower, and a job. I know he's a caterer, but still.
That was hilarious.
But
Yeah. He was
that's
better
another, that's another aspect of love. These
Right.
girls, it was so ridiculous, but yet it was so entertaining and so much fun. You know.
Yeah.
It absolutely was funny.
Well,
But
we
it's-
we share the same bed, and oh God, don't wear any pajamas.
and it's just so hot and sweaty. I'm just so sorry.
My God,
But
that
you know
was
what's gonna make
hilarious.
it really bad? It's our
Yeah.
other friend.
Oh, there's
That
another.
was pretty funny.
Yeah. And he's not the most gorgeous guy in the world, you know. He's kind of goofy looking, but oh
Yes.
my God.
And of course, and all these chicks just happen to be in Wisconsin. Really?
Right.
Was that-
Wisconsin, really?
And apparently, all girls are super thin and hot in the United States.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
Especially in
Um,
Wisconsin.
and apparently, really
and they
into group sex and
Nothing against
no
Wisconsin people, but come
inhibitions.
on.
Right.
Look how they
Yeah.
just loved the way he talked, you know. What's that? Oh, and then they just got the biggest kick out of that. And then he said some
That
other
was
word,
funny.
He says
table,
table.
and then it was
It's the same.
he said it the way we did it. Yeah, it was so fun. But they would ask him, "What is this?" and "What is that?" And they just loved his English accent. Oh my,
Love the accents.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was funny.
yeah.
Well,
The
and then
exaggeration
ends
of it
up
was.
coming back with a couple of them, you know.
Well, yeah, he brings one back for him and another for his friend because you know
Mhm.
sharing is caring.
Right.
And his friend is just as shocked. He's okay.
Who was that girl? She looked familiar.
Denise
It's
Richards.
Richards.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew it was someone. I'm like, who's that
Right.
girl? She looked familiar. Denise Richardson. That's it.
Up to
Right.
him, he gave a big kiss. She came
Yeah.
up and gave a big, gigantic kiss. That's who
Yeah.
that was. Yes.
What?
She,
All of those girls are familiar.
better
The one that
wait.
Colin comes back one is from American Pie.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
name escapes me, but
Shannon, I can't think of her last name. Shannon something. I gotta look
the
her
Okay.
up.
the one
Yeah,
girl
she
was
was in American
on,
Pie.
she was on
Never saw that
24.
movie.
yes, 24.
Keeper
That's
Tuck.
right.
Girl, I recognized her too. Yeah.
There's a lot of stars in this movie.
Yes, that's what made it so good too. Just wonderful stars, people that you really liked and
Oh,
enjoyed.
Shannon, it's Shannon Elizabeth, right? That's
Okay,
it.
yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, when I was filling out the keywords, I usually put the most popular actors in it, and it was like, all right, that's 20. That's enough.
Yeah.
There
People will
were.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of stars in there, and I mean, like Keira Knightley, I really like her. I mean,
Yes.
Laura Linney is amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever watched her in Ozark. Oh my God.
Oh, I saw her in Ozark. I
Yeah.
loved her in Ozark. She's a great actress.
Yeah,
She
she
is-
really is.
I saw a little movie that she played the cousin of Franklin Roosevelt. She had some kind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she had some kind of relationship with him,
Yeah,
and was just amazing, absolutely amazing. I love her. I do.
Um,
And then the other part that comes to mind is when Hugh Grant realizes he wanted to see Natalie. He
Yeah.
goes to that block in England. Wasn't that so interesting? All those homes. I mean, I came from Philly and I lived in row homes, but that was
that
really
was
Yeah.
that was a
long row of home.
long row home there, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
confirmed everything.
he
I was
says-
really impressed with that.
He says
Yeah.
something like, "Is this the longest street in the world?" As
Yeah.
he's looking. I have no idea which house it is. So the door to door. That
Yeah.
was so cute. With the door to door,
Oh,
he
God.
singing carols to the little kids, and his driver has a fantastic voice.
Voice, and he kind of looks at him like, "Wow,
I
didn't know
love
that."
that. He looked at him like, "Oh my God," you know. Yeah,
Right.
it's so
He
good.
knocks on the secretary's door, the one that
Yeah.
works at that
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
and
"Are
then
you
what,
drinking
oh, what did her father call her? Natalie Plunky or Plumpy?
Plumpy?"
Pudgy or
Hey, Plumpy, somebody's
yeah,
here for
Plumpy,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
obviously
gosh.
her parents thought the same thing. Obviously,
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't
wow.
think she was not plumpy at all. I don't
No.
think.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
She was fit. That's all. She wasn't
Yeah.
she wasn't overly thin, but
Maybe
she wasn't
during,
fat for pity's
and during
sake.
No,
she was little or
no.
something.
Because everybody has a
That's
body type, and she just looks like that was her body type.
Yeah.
right. Exactly. She was, they say like big boned or something, they used to
Right.
call
Yeah.
it. And I don't mean it in a derogatory fashion, believe me.
No,
I
some
Right.
people's
No.
hips are
Some-
wider, or and that
Mhm.
makes their
Big.
rear end look bigger, and quite
Yep.
frankly, could make their frame look bigger overall.
But in what she wore and everything, she looked very nice.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
She's like my goal weight, so don't call her fat, man.
No.
Work towards it.
I don't think she was at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, poor Sarah and Kyle. It's like, she brings them back after the Christmas party, and it's like, finally, she's gonna get with Carl.
Yay!
And then freaking
Oh,
brother calls. It's like ring, ring. It's like, oh my God. I'm like,
I love when he brings him in and she says, "Just wait here a minute," and she goes like this. I just love the
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's cute.
go
oh my
back.
God.
I'm like, oh my god.
Now that that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran upstairs and threw everything under the beds and everything, and then she asked him to come up, and it was downhill from there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They never
like-
did say they ever got together again, which was kind of sad.
Yeah, it really was probably too bad for them. So
Yeah.
It
They-
does show what her priority had to be her brother and her brother's care,
Yeah.
because some people can drop people off who are in need of assistance and just forget them, and other people they cannot do that. It's not in them to do that, and
Mhm.
that I would hope is me, but again, very relatable to okay, you still want romance and love in your life,
In your life.
but
Yeah.
you've got other stuff you need to do.
mhm.
And here's
Well,
the thing, though, is if he would have been understanding about that, then the relationship probably would have worked. But they
Mhm.
don't really show any of that. That he was, we can still be together, and you can still take care of your brother
But
too.
her brother was mental. He had mental illness.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
if he had been a normal brother, they all could have worked together, but wasn't
and-
too big. And that's
And I will
another
say-
love, it was familiar love, family love, She chose him more than, Carl, which was really
and we
unbelievable.
understand that, but I think,
Can
and Jackie,
understand.
I understand what you're saying, that if Carl had been more open-minded and understanding, this could have moved further.
Further, yeah.
I'm going to say that if they hadn't been jumping straight into bed and they'd been having a conversation and these phone calls came in, that might have been an opportunity for her to actually have a discussion with Carl. But they
Right.
were so gung-ho after 2 years of
Mhm.
Looking after each other and not doing
whatever.
anything.
It
Yeah.
had potential, I think, to move forward. If they were still working together, I could have seen maybe it moving forward, and maybe they got to that point, but it might have taken longer then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just like in the copy room doing, something nasty, and phone calls. I don't know.
And it could be that Carl was just really, really pretty, and he's not an understanding guy. So
Well, they don't really give us that information through this
Yeah.
movie.
No,
no.
Really.
Yeah.
They don't really expound on that in this movie.
yeah, that was
No.
the story. you know, that, and it ended, you know.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
just
kind
hope
of a short
that things work
storyline
that
out
was
there.
for him in
another,
the long
like I
run.
said,
But
love, you know.
mhm.
So who knows what could have happened? Maybe it was in Love Actually too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can dig it up and watch it, and, while I'm half asleep, because I can't
Mhm.
imagine it's very good.
Yeah, yeah, for
No,
sure.
because I think they would have advertised it a little bit more, right?
I don't even
Yeah,
think I've ever heard. I didn't even realize they did one.
I didn't either. I thought I knew. Well, I would know that. My
Yeah,
goodness. Yeah.
because I think a lot of the original
I'll
stars
look that up.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Who do we want to move back to Rock and Roll Dude? Rock and Roll Dude spends the entire movie putting down his song, and we really only watch him do interviews on and off,
Right,
talking about how awful his album is,
right.
how
Mhm.
awful the song is.
Yeah,
Talking about his fat manager is his only friend. He's very crude,
mm-hmm.
uh, and right up into the end, I like that. If I get hit number one, I'll play it live naked. You will, I
Nigga, no.
will. I mean, he was a fun character, and he was
Mhm.
true to his word. Because at the
Right.
end, we see
Yeah.
him
Yep. Yep.
doing a striptease on television
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
with a well-placed guitar.
With a
Right.
well-placed
Right.
guitar, yeah, that was pretty good.
And I like the play on the video when he comes out. It's kind of like the Addicted to Love with
Correct. Honor
Yep.
Palmer, yeah,
Oh
Right?
yeah, Rob Palmer. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
right.
that was Palmer's exactly.
Girls.
That's what I thought too.
Girls.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was great. And I loved when he was talking to the. I don't exactly know how this went. I forget now. He was talking to the disc jockeys in front of all these people, and
Yeah,
he
it was
said,
like
"You're
their
gonna,"
version of MTV or
Right.
something.
Right.
and he said, "I'm gonna have this pen and something about."
that's hilarious. Don't do drugs
It can
because if you
even
become a rock
run.
star, you'll get them for free.
Yeah, for free.
Like, oh no,
Back
It,
to commercial.
it,
They went
it
to
is
commercial.
true. Because
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
my first husband was a guitarist, a lead
Oh my God,
guitarist in a local band, and no matter where he went, he never had to pay for weed.
like you get it for free. And
Yeah.
then the,
Yeah.
the look on the
It's
two dudes' face were
absolutely
like,
true.
cut.
The
Yeah,
fan-
let's go to
Oh,
commercial.
hello.
It's time for a
Yeah.
commercial.
So I
He is
mean,
just
it's
so
not
good.
incorrect advice. It's just not good advice.
That was
Mhm.
hilarious.
Right.
He called him Uncle Bill. He said, "Just listen to
Yeah,
Uncle Bill." He said,
listen
That
to
was
your Uncle Bill. This pen, it even writes on glass, so you can. And he's like drawing this big circle. So we have tiny bricks.
oh, that was
Oh
so
my
that
goodness, he was just so crude.
Everything was great about his
you
character
couldn't
from beginning
love.
to end.
You just loved him, you know. Oh
Mhm.
my God.
That would have been fun to play. That would
Yes.
Yeah.
be fun. Totally fun. Yes.
He must have had a great time playing that
Of
part.
course, that would have been blast playing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Well, and then it
Yeah.
turns out that, all these girls, it's like you can have girls that is beck and call. And then it turns out that the one person he's really in love with is his manager.
Yeah. Didn't have.
Well,
It wasn't Elton John.
yeah, he was supposed to put out, but was he in love with, or did he just
It's
love?
not a romantic love. It's
Yeah.
you have been my companion for however many years.
Right.
You are
Right.
the closest thing I have to family. You
As
are
a
the love of
friend.
my life.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
these best friends you see who've grown up together, who
Yep.
live next door, who have babies at the same time, who
Right.
travel places. They are their best friends. They're the real soulmate. They might both
Mhm.
be married to other folks, but they're each other's
Mhm.
real soulmates. And I
Right.
think
Another
that's the
kind
kind
of
of
love,
relationship they were
kind
talking
of
about.
love. It's another
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, it is.
He says, "Come on, let's go watch porn together." He said.
Yeah.
That was funny.
We sit and watch porn.
We're in-
No one's going to be allowed to watch this video because we've talked about
That
drugs,
was-
we've talked about sex, we've talked about. I'm getting
Sex,
dinged
drugs,
left and
rock
right.
and roll.
I think the whole thing was funny with those two actors trying to do this whole love scenes,
Oh
and
my
the guys. Okay, so you need to bend over a little more and show no
Oh,
more nipple.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Rubber. I mean,
No
I was rolling through
massage.
that whole, and they're just having a conversation about nothing. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Traffic
weather.
was terrible.
We're
Mhm.
talking about the weather, and yeah.
Oh my
The thing is,
God.
if you watch the TV show, if they have that on TV, that part's cut out.
No,
Oh yeah, no, no.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that is-
rated R.
it
That whole show is
is-
rated R because of all
Yeah.
the boobs they show. Yeah.
Yeah. oh my gosh, it's a nipple.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the fact that he asks her out, he finally gets the nerve to
Yep.
ask her out, and she's from behind doing this, and and he's standing there, Superman pose, or
That was
no, not even
hilarious.
Superman, arms down. For a minute, but he's like, so I mean, it's really difficult for me to do this a lot of times, but
You make
he
it kind of.
sounds just like he's just standing there having a
I know.
conversation.
Mhm.
That was hilarious. Oh my
I was-
She's
goodness.
like, oh, that'll be great. And he's like,
Mhm.
fantastic. All right. Oh, yeah, we're busy.
They were doing all this together, and then it's like like innocent people asking for a date out when they were doing all this stuff. Oh my God, that was just
And it's
great.
funny
That was
when they did go on
hilarious.
a date, it's
Like
like
they were just meeting each other or something, you know?
right. And when they did go on the date, it's like, well, what's kind of surprises left because they've seen each other naked,
Yeah, exactly.
They just haven't got to that point yet,
That
They
was
joke
hilarious.
about that at the end, too. Maybe
Right.
I'll finally get a shag.
Right. And then she's like, oh,
Exactly.
Christmas is you. So,
Yeah.
where
That
that
was
will
cute.
go down the road.
That's so sweet.
Yep. But I found it very interesting, like at the very end, how they all kind of came together, and it was all about the school.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then we find out, then we know that what's her name is the sister of the prime minister, and I don't know who else. Someone else was there too. I mean, it was like all these people had these somewhere in the school,
Emmett,
Yeah,
Emmett
so-
Thompson had children
inroads to the school somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the show. She had her kids there.
Right.
And I love the part where Liam Neeson meets
Claudia Schiffer.
Stifler. Yes, exactly. They got together.
And the two boys kind of look at each other like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know what's going on.
Like, why didn't you tell her that you'd love her? It's like, okay,
right.
well,
It's like,
it
did you
doesn't
do
matter.
that?
Well,
It's cute.
And the Christmas show also gives us a chance to see two loves happen. I don't mean afterwards, but during one where we've got our kid who has worked his butt off
Tail off to
to
learn
get
the drums.
rhythm,
Yeah, to be a
to
musician, yeah.
learn how to drum, and literally in a couple of weeks.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
learned
Yeah.
how to play a full set of drums in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most unrealistic part
Yeah,
of
that's
this
pretty
entire
amazing.
show. But
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with it.
But
And then at the
sometimes
end,
kids
the
learn
little
quickly.
girl's singing and points at him, and he's all happy. And then she turns around and he's like, "Oh man,
And then
Points at everybody. Yeah.
he took it literally when she pointed at him, like,
Right.
yeah."
she means me.
He was
Yeah.
all happy. Ah,
He's
so
all happy.
sad. It gets better though, because this is my other piece of trivia. When Liam Neeson takes his son to the airport, and the
Mhm.
kid's running through the airport,
Yeah.
that kid, who is actually an actor who's done a lot of stuff since, was a little
Yes.
gymnast. And a cut out part of the movie was that at some point he grabs a pole that's overhead and swings on like a one parallel part
Oh,
to get
love
past some
that thing.
guards. But that
Uh,
but it was so unrealistically ridiculous that it made
Yeah.
the joy of that little boy running through the airport kind of turn
Yes.
farcical. So
Right.
they
Yeah.
cut that out. But
well, they
that's
did
my
have him
thing.
jump over the one security guard or whatever. So
Yeah,
that
he
was,
jumps over the security guard and the pole, and that, or the bar, and that's realistic. That I can
Mhm.
see happening. It
Yeah.
was a little above,
Yeah.
but not so ridiculous that you're
Right.
like, okay, give me a
right.
break.
Right.
And that song, Mariah Carey's song, I love that song. And that girl sang it so well.
and
She-
she's actually still a singer.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
singing that song. I just loved it. That's when I really, I've heard that song many times, but when she sang it, it was just
Yes,
wonderful.
good
the way
job.
she did.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
I really did. And then her mother, who's a singer, singing, and all the teachers and everything. That was just
I thought
great.
that was funny
That
when
really-
he said, he goes, yeah, all our staff wanted to participate. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Well, for this, I
That
apologize.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
Puts on his
We're
sparkly
sorry.
scarf and heads on back, you know?
Yeah, and it really brought
I
it
love the,
together at the
I love
end.
the nativity scene with all those kids dressed up as an octopus. And all- that was adorable.
I'm
You know?
first lobster. That kid's line was great.
So there's
There was
really
one
a
lobster.
lobster in the nativity scene, and when Jesus was born, and the kid's like, "Duh."
Duh, of course. All the lobsters were there, man.
all got creatures, all God's creatures love Jesus,
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that
all
was
hung out
funny.
in Bethlehem. It was just the place to be.
Sure.
Right.
But it was the hot spot.
Yep.
it was
They were-
Had the
diversity.
crystal ball. Well, hot spot.
Yeah, all the creatures and everything. It was great. So Hugh Grant is with her in the back there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, when they think they're gonna
That
be
was cute.
and nobody's gonna see him, and then they pull the curtain, and it's like,
Everybody.
oh, whoops.
What do we do now? Well, first we smile,
He
And then
goes
wave.
wave,
and then we
goes
wave.
That was cute.
Hi.
everybody clapped. Didn't everybody in the
Yeah,
audience?
everybody. I mean, people weren't like going "boo, terrible." They were
Yeah.
like, "Ah, that's
They were
great."
shocked, but then I think they were happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, because he's this poor single guy. Everybody kept commenting it like, "Oh, you poor fella,
yeah,
poor guy."
Plus the
Come
prime
on.
minister, and he's quite attractive.
yeah.
Right.
He's an
Now-
attractive guy,
Yeah.
but I like the way he said it. I don't really feel like politics allows time for dating.
Right.
And if you are a decent person and you're doing your job, I can see why that would be true because politicians, in theory, are very busy working.
Yeah.
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 In theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you're an American president, then you're just traveling around trying to hit on chicks. So,
On chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Then and now.
hmm
now
Well,
boy.
yeah.
Nothing's
Yeah.
changed. Mm. Imagine that.
Actually, what's really bad is Billy Bob's president is way more respectful in a lot of ways than. Anyway,
Mhm.
I don't believe this is a political discussion, and I need to
No,
shut
no.
them
Right.
out.
But,
Back to it. Are there any romances and or loves? Well, yeah, we kind of touched on Sarah and her brother because at the end that is sweet that she goes there for Christmas and
Mhm.
gives him a scarf that is too long. She says, and they have a
Yep.
nice hug.
and that part in the restaurant when he goes in the restaurant and she's up there and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when
That-
Jamie
Yeah, the
goes,
writer.
yeah, to really
The
yeah.
writer. Yeah.
Yeah, the writer's very bad Portuguese, and then her
was
answer in
good.
very bad English. It was just beautiful.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah, it
cute.
was.
Yeah, that was cute.
comes down and the father kisses them and the sister
Kisses
kisses
them.
them.
Yeah, the sister does too.
Look on his face, Oh, that was just wonderful
I mean,
too.
was there a line? Was everybody who
They're all
followed him
great.
entitled to a kiss? Because this could take a while, man.
I know, right? The whole town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the way that Liam Neeson said to the boy, well, do you really want to pursue her? He says, she's going to the airport. Well, let's go. And he took her. Took
Mhm.
him. I mean, I just thought that was wonderful.
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
How
they
he
were great.
supported.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of
It-
course, at the airport where Liam and his new gal are there, and Joanna's coming back, and he should have kissed her. No, he's cool. That's right.
And-
You don't want to seem too needy. Just be like, hey, how you been doing?
Yeah, he played it.
How
He
you
played
doing?
cool.
Oh, we don't want to go so far as to Joey this thing up, man. That'll never work.
And then who expected Natalie to jump on you, Jack?
That
That
was
was
fantastic, though.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And of course, they played that song, my most wonderful song in the whole world to me, Brian
Well,
Wilson. God only knows. Oh my
Oh,
God,
wow.
that's my most favorite song in the world. And to play it, and then they showed all different nationalities and squares of people. I just
Well,
love
and they
that.
said too that they actually were filming at the airport when that happened.
Yep.
You know, I think people
I
did
believe that.
they were filming and then they brought it all together for the movie. So
Yep.
Yeah, they started
literally
it that
went
way
to
and then they ended
Heathrow.
it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, they literally went to Heathrow and just kept filming folks as they were seeing each other. And that's one of the really great parts too, is at the very beginning when they're talking about, I don't recall on 9/11 any of those calls coming through being of anger or hatred, revenge. They were all messages of love. And
Right.
Yeah.
the proof is that love is actually all around us, which led us into
For the
Yeah.
whole story, right.
And how and oh God, I lost my train of thought. How many times have you been in an airport and saw people in person hugging and
Mhm.
everything? Yeah,
Yeah.
meeting people and
It doesn't happen that way as much anymore because after
People
September
can't come
11th,
down.
you couldn't
Yeah.
go to meet them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you do sometimes see people who are in a group with a sign,
Mhm.
but usually people are waiting outside the terminal and getting into a car these days. We do miss those moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
At
do
least in
now.
the
Yeah.
airports I've been in, going in and
Yeah.
out
That's in
of.
all the airports now, though. They don't really allow you down there unless you have a ticket.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're going through the departure lane, you see a lot of, like kiss and go type
Yes,
stuff.
you do
Yeah.
see a lot of "I'll see you," "I'll miss you." Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
miss kind of some of the other stuff of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. The interaction of people and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But that's our times. That's how we live
Now.
now. You know. It's
It is sad. It is sad that we miss that, but it's good that we have movies like this that kind of remind us
Mhm.
that even though the sentiment might not be out in the open like it used to be, you know that when people get back together, when they're picking each other up at the terminal, when they get back home, that there's a genuine joy. Again, it's not animosity or anything. It's I'm so glad you're back. It is a statement on
yeah.
on how we view each other. Have we missed any of the little love stories? I don't
I don't think so. I think we got them.
I just want to say that this movie is a movie that I watch over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Movies that I can watch over and over, and this is one of them. And
Yeah. It really is a feel good movie.
Oh, it
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of
Just like
tearjerker. Well,
watch it over and over again too.
and
I
going
feel.
back to the beginning, it is a little bit of a tearjerker when Liam Nielsen loses his wife, and he's got to go through the
We
funeral.
got the funeral.
And he
Mhm.
plays the Bay City Rollers song. I'm like, oh my god, that was classic.
Well,
That was yeah.
and that song isn't it's an original Bay City Rollers. You know who sang that song first? The Four Seasons.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I believe it.
You go back. The Four Seasons sang that song originally. There's another little bit of trivia. Aren't we just all a storehouse of knowledge? I'll tell you.
Yes, this is fantastic. This is why I like, instead of me just going, so I watched Love Actually. This is what was really good about it. I
Yeah.
like having the conversation and getting different points because Diane, you say you watch it every year. Kathy, it's your favorite. I used to watch this with my kids pretty much every Christmas until the older ones grew up and moved out. So I hadn't seen it in a few years, and Jackie is their very first time watching it. So we get all different points of views,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's why I say I love doing this with you guys and anybody else who joins us because I like hearing other people's ideas and opinions about stuff that I'm like, that's terrible, and somebody else is like, no, it's not that bad. This is why. Oh, okay, I hadn't looked at it that way. Thank you.
That's why.
And to hear little backstories and little
Right.
trivia and little stuff.
Yeah.
I love.
So has anyone else had a
Oh.
comment about it?
I love.
Well, no,
movies.
Jackie, we didn't hear how you met your husband.
I met my husband on the phone. Wrong number.
Are you serious?
Really?
Like
He
a
called
party
the wrong
lot?
number.
Well, how did that go from wrong number? Call me back, baby. How did that happen?
He has a great voice, kind of a deep voice. I mean, I have a deep voice too, but he had a deep voice, and I'm like, you have a nice voice, and we talked for like an hour.
What? No shit. Who
And
was
then
he
he called
calling?
me back. I don't know, a couple weeks later, and it was funny because I was still at that point. I was at home, had moved back to my parents' house, and asked me if I wanted to go out. I'm like, sure, and I gave him my address to come and get me. Right, this was no way before I thought about how dangerous that probably would have been.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, not so much.
Sure.
And like I said, I was adopted, and so he had no idea I was, black woman. Had no idea until he
okay.
came to the door. Got in the car, and I said, "Here's the thing. I have a question for you before we go anyway." He goes, "What's that?" And we're sitting outside in front of my house, and he goes, "I said, are you an axe murderer? Or, rapist? If you are, I'm not going anywhere with you." And he just kind of looked at me and goes, "Well, how would you know I'm telling the truth?" I said, "Because I have really read people well, and you wouldn't be looking at me straight in the face and telling me that kind of crap." So we walked around the lake, which is a lake, Calhoun, which is a lake around here in Minneapolis, and went to Dairy Queen for our first date. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Yep.
very cool. I love it. I love that. I was not expecting.
so who was he calling initially when he called?
I don't think I ever asked him that. I have no idea.
his ex-girlfriend?
Just making a prank call.
I don't know.
Do you have what's the one prank call I used to make about the whatever the guy was in the can? It's like you just
Albert, Prince
yeah,
Albert.
right.
Yeah, Prince Albert in a can. Yeah.
Maybe he was just making a prank phone call.
Oh, with a pipe tobacco, I think. Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, go get them or something. They say. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, my
So my
girlfriend was
mind-
moving, and so I asked him to come with me to we had a going away party for her, so that was kind of the second date. So yeah.
Well, and that's a good test. You want your friends to get in on their opinions because
Mhm.
if you got good friends, they probably got a good idea of is he good for you, is he bad for you, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you, man, the right kinds of friends. I'll be like,
Yeah.
dude, no.
Well,
And I had a friend like that who
yeah.
refused to come to my wedding, even though she was supposed to be made maid of honor. She goes, "He's not
Wow.
right for you, Katie. You're not going to be happy." And she wouldn't come, and wouldn't you know it? 9 years later, divorce. So
Wow.
He's
so I'm
right.
mad at her not for being my maid of honor, but
Well,
she
that's
was
fun.
right.
Yeah.
She was right.
Else.
Well, it just took you a little time to find out. That's all. Well, I know,
Yeah.
my parents, I think, always had high expectations of me because I was always in sports. So I think they always thought that I was going to go out, and be with somebody, like, you need to have something in common with the guy you marry. I'm like, okay, is the guy going to be a jock? I'm like,
Right.
no. I mean, and my husband was like full on rock star looking and, long hair and, he came in a leather jacket and my parents were just like, their jaws kind of like dropped when he walked in the house. So I'm just like,
that.
well, here we are 37 years later, we're still together. So must have been something good about him. Now he has no hair. So
Mine has no hair too.
yeah.
That's
So
what I hope is
Well,
happening with my ex, but that's all right. Cynthia already left us because she's not feeling well.
Mm.
But I did want to say, except I had dry throat for the last half hour. I'm trying not to cough. She says types of love: romantic, eros; friendship, philia; familia, storge; and selfless, unconditional, agape love. Other categories also include like playful, ludus, and enduring, pragma, and self.
Yep.
And then she said, which, Katie, was a beautiful opening to this movie. And I was like, cool. She also says this movie is sort a timeless classic. And on that note, I say goodnight. Maybe someone else can comment. Love you guys so very much. She was commenting this whole time, but I think Melissa's been us with the whole time, and she said goodnight too.
Well, as you said, Katie, we did go over the hour. You said you were going to go the hour, and we did.
Yeah.
To be fair, we started late too because we were talking about
20 minutes late. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, I definitely think unlike The Cut, that's not the movie you want to recommend, but this is a good one to just tell everybody to watch. Even if you
Absolutely.
like some of the actors that are in the movie, I'm like, it's just a really good, feel-good movie. And even though it's kind of based around Christmas, it doesn't mean,
Yeah. Oh, I would watch it any time of the year.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. I watch it all the time. So
I think it's relevant any time of the year. I really now, and I didn't want. I missed. Was The Cut good? Was that a good movie or not?
It was good, but it was
very intense.
Again, not one you would. It is very intense.
Very intense.
Watching it, thinking it'll be like Rocky. No,
it's not.
Like
It's not a feel-good movie. It shows the dark side of boxing.
Yeah, it's a real dark movie.
I guess
literally all about. Yeah, I say you watch it, but it's literally all about Orlando Bloom's character attempting to reach a specific weight in an impossibly short amount of time.
Yeah.
Right.
And the extremes that are gone to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was good, but it was very dark, intense movie.
Was it worth watching though? I mean, was good acting and
I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because
I don't know that I want to watch it again anytime soon.
Yeah,
no, I don't think I'd watch it again.
Yeah. Everybody in the movie was good. John Turturro was really good. Orlando Bloom was good.
Yep.
Katrina was good. I mean, I don't think she was in it, quite that long. I mean, she kind of came in and out a little bit, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was like a super stretch for her, like you guys said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was playing a loving wife supporting her husband. I mean, brand new kind of thing we've never seen.
You know, with all the movies that she's in, she's being in movies. You know, I
Yeah.
would love to see her get another Belfast. Uh, she was up for a BAFTA for that and everything.
Yeah, she
Loved
was
it.
good in
And
that movie.
Excellent.
I think that's what she's striving for, you know, to be in another. And that was a very prestigious movie because Kenneth Branagh directed it
Yeah.
and wrote it and everything. I think she's searching for another role like that. That was a very good role for her.
Well, she's
you
got
know
3
what?
movies coming out.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got movies coming
Got
out.
No,
3 movies coming out.
when
I
I
think the
saw her,
Everest one is
I
the one
had
that
seen
she's.
Outlander. I hadn't seen Outlander. And a friend of mine goes, do you know who this lady came with us to the movie? She says, do you know who she is? She's an Outlander. And I went, so what? I didn't know anything about Outlander. I had no idea. And she said, yeah, this lady was all excited that she was in that. And I thought she was good, you know, and I thought it was a great movie and everything. And then a couple months later, I thought, now I know what that lady was talking about.
Right.
Outlander. Then I started watching Outlander and Katrina. Then it all hit me. I watched it like kind of like ass backwards, you know.
No, you're fine. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? We discover our actors in some strange ways. There's an actor, Todd Stashwick is a Jamin actor, as you would call. He's in Ghost Whisperer, Law and Order, Star Trek. He's a bunch of stuff. I did not know he was in what is nearly one of my favorite sci-fi shows, and that I had not ever watched until about 2 years ago because he popped up in Star Trek. It's like, I see that guy everywhere. And in interviews, he kept talking about the movie or the television show 12 Monkeys. And I was like, oh, I hated the movie 12 Monkeys. It upset me so much at the end. And everything that I disliked about the movie, they made better in the television series. And I was so glad to have watched that because it turned my thinking around about how the plot could have been so much better if only they had done this. And they did it all. So you fall into love with different actors and their stuff in whatever order it happens. It's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
And who was that actor? What was his name? Do you remember?
It's Todd Stashwick. God,
I'd have to see a picture.
He's
I'd have to see a picture. I don't know who that is.
He's a deacon in well, I could show you a picture. It'll just take me a second because I'd have to look it up and it would mess up this. But he was a character called Deacon in 12 Monkeys. He was a character called Captain. It left my mind as soon as I was ready to say it. But he's a captain of the main ship in the last season of Picard. He works with Ed Speleers in that one.
I think I know who you're talking about now that you say that.
He's got kind of crazy eyes.
Yeah.
He's a super nice fella.
I mean,
if we saw him, we would know him.
You would, and you wouldn't be able to place him because he has this very versatile face. And he shows up in places all the time. In fact, there's one time where I was watching an episode and I was like, man, that must be like his twin or something, a friend, because he looked the same, but he looked very different. And then at the end, that was his name. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? For my supernatural people, you ever watch the episode where there's a vampire Dracula? In one episode, it's the noir episode, and it's really a changeling, and he's becoming all the monsters. Well, he plays the vampire Dracula in that too. So,
well, is that the black and white one?
Yeah,
I know which one you're talking about.
I vow to talk your blood, and he's like,
yep, that's the black
out
and white one. Yeah,
yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
He plays that's that actor. So yeah, he's a Todd Stashwick. He's from Chicago.
I'll have to look it up on IMDb. I'll look at it.
I'll
Yeah,
see
I
him
like
on
that black and white.
Saturday.
That
Oh,
black
yeah,
and white one
no.
is pretty good.
I definitely know who he is by seeing him.
Yeah, you say if you saw him, you'd go, "Oh, that guy."
Oh, he was in Vision Quest. I didn't know that. You know the movie Vision Quest with Matthew Modine? That was a good.
Yeah, I've heard that movie. I've never seen it though. Yeah, and his name's Todd.
Todd Stashwick. I would have tried to bring it up on my computer, but I can't without messing things up. So
That's all right.
Yeah, he's got one of those. Yeah, like you know who
Okay.
he is. He's
I
a
can't quite focus on that, but
Yep.
popular character actor.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember him in Picard.
Yeah,
Oh,
seen him in
okay.
other stuff before.
Yep.
So he looks different in different
And I
characters that he
remember him
plays.
in Supernatural too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, look at these are two of the same picture, same guy.
Yeah, look how
Mhm.
different he looks, but he does look familiar, very
Yeah.
much so.
I got his
Definitely.
autograph right there. I'll see him on Saturday in Chicago.
Really? Oh my God.
Yeah, because we go to a Star Trek convention. He's gonna be there.
And he's
Fun.
wow.
So everybody go find something for Todd Stash pick and then like tell me if you like it. My daughter, when she met him, because she watched Supernatural, she goes, "Did it hurt when they pulled your ear off?" And he's like, "No, it was fake."
They had a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
they had a lot of young stars on that show that went off and did so much stuff. It was pretty good.
Yep,
Yeah.
What show
good
is
stuff.
that, Jackie?
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, they had a lot of people
yeah,
on
no,
that.
that was a
from
long. Wasn't that on for a long time?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
on.
15 seasons.
Yeah.
there's
like
a lot of
this-
stars in this movie too that went on, or came from other things, or went on to do other things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
Felicia Day that plays Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
She was also in Buffy, and I
Mhm.
met her too. And I was like, "You were my favorite Slayerette, and I loved you as Charlie." She's like, "Are you serious? That was so nice."
I loved her as Charlie. I loved her on Supernatural. She was awesome.
She
Yeah.
was fantastic. I love
was
it.
so
Okay, now I'm
good.
gonna have to go rewatch Supernatural.
That's what I've been doing. It. They're gonna take it off Hulu. They're taking it off Hulu in December.
Oh, honey, I have the entire series.
I do too. I do too. But it's
Oh
just
my-
easier to click on Hulu and watch it.
It's on.
Or
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
They're taking it off Netflix. That's what I meant.
And the guys who were the two stars on that Pataki or something, his
Yeah,
name.
Jensen
Padalecki.
Ackles and
Are
Jared
they?
Padalecki.
In other things now? Have they been in other things?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
lots of other things. Yeah.
Let's see. Jared Padalecki
Well, Jared
was
just got
in the
done
new
doing what's
Walker.
that? Walker, Texas Ranger. Is that thing still on even?
I
Walker.
don't think so. I think it got canceled.
Yeah, I think it got canceled. Yeah.
And then Jensen Ackles was in a Prime Video series
Boys.
that just finished. Yeah, and he was it was in The Boys, but he was in another one where he plays an agent.
Yeah,
a
that one just
group
got
of
canceled
agents.
too.
Countdown.
That was good.
That was really
Oh, okay.
It was
So
really
they have-
good. I know. I watched it. It was really good. He was
My
good in
husband
that.
and I were like, "Is there a new episode? Let's watch it."
I know it was really good. And that was good. And
Yep.
now he's in what's that? He plays the brother of that one guy. What's his name? God, what's the name of that show now?
Now I just saw an advertisement for a new thing he was doing, and I don't remember it
He,
either.
the guy finds people. He's a find. What's it? I can't think of the name of that.
Tracker?
Yeah, Tracker.
Oh,
He
he's
plays
gonna
the
be in
brother.
Tracker?
He's been in Tracker this whole
Oh,
last
he's
season.
Gosh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
He
Because
plays his
I'm gonna have to
brother
go-
in Tracker. Yeah.
I stopped watching Tracker about the middle of the first season because I just
I-
got busy. I'll
I've
have
never
to go
watched
back
it,
and
but-
watch it because, dude. Hi, we're not talking about Love Actually. You can go. We're just gonna
Yeah.
mumble. I'm just gonna say goodbye to bye, folks, because we're gonna keep talking. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you later. Don't forget to like
I'm
the
gonna-
video if you did.
Bye.
No, you
gonna
guys
go
can
ahead.
stay. I gotta talk
I'm
to you.
staying.
I'm just saying good night, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I swear, we're just